but it's been a while that changed the name, you know. So TNT is so long time ago.
Yeah, but at that time I didn't have a English intermediary, and I didn't have the courage to participate in. So I forgot, but one day I searched it again, and I find I don't remember, I didn't remember right how exactly I find with the new name, but I find it, I participate, and here I am.
Great. I knew about TNT on YouTube because there's a YouTube channel talking about TNT. I don't know if you know, I forgot the name, Polyglot, something Polyglot. I don't remember now, but I did see there and looking for and start attend the meetings. It was the best thing because I make so much mistakes, but I improve day by day, so it's great. So guys, we are online on TNT, TNT not, in the live on YouTube. I'll explain how TNT works to the people on YouTube. TNT is a platform to talk in language. Here we talk 4 languages: Italian, Spanish, English, and French. Have all levels: the beginner, intermediate, and advanced. For me, it's almost the same, intermediate and advanced. But there's the 2 levels. And here we talking totally in English. There is a topic. The topic today is freedom of speech, and we discuss about the topic. I brought some questions, and that's it. Be polite. Just we 3 here, and that's it. I'll send you guys the questions and start to present ourselves, okay? Did you receive the questions?
Yeah. I received. Yes.
Okay, so as I said, today we're gonna talk about freedom of speech. My name is Deborah, as you see here. I'm 26. I study pharmacy here on apenas. I don't know if Flavio know about Unifal. I study on Unifal, and yeah, I love animals. I have some animals. I love cats, rabbits, dogs, and every animal I love. What else? I like to read books. Essentially, mainly romantic books, and police show, police, I don't know, horror as well. So I love it. And in my free time, I watching videos, Netflix, another streaming called Viki. Yeah. So that's it. I don't have so much fun life in my life, but yeah. And how about you, Rebecca?
Well, I live here in São Paulo City. I work during the week, and in my weekend, I study the language, 2 languages that I study, English, and I'm a beginner in Japanese. Also, I like read, I like music, watch TV series, movies, travel to the countryside. It's what I like, and bike. I really like to bike. That's it.
Japanese is so great. If I wish I could learn Japanese one day, I would like to learn Japanese because I love mangas, animes, things like that. And due to I wanna learn Japanese.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
like it? Do you like that things as well?
well, not too much. I like anime, but it's not too much. It's because I like cartoons. I like all kind of cartoons, even anime. But I think as much I'm improve my Japanese when I can be a intermediary, I will be more close to the country, and probably I will like more of the mangas because I I will need to read the mangas, to watch more things in Japanese. It's the same that happened with English. As much I was learning, the language I was learning the cultures of United States, for example.
Yeah. I know the culture, but I don't know the language. And how about you, Flavio?
I'm 46 years old and I'm living in São Paulo. I am tech lead and I work with a software developer. And I like to do sports and hang out with my family. And I have one son, and that's it.
Was you born in Pouso Alegre, but you live in São Paulo? That's it?
No, I was
Is that?
born. No, I was born in São Paulo, and I moved to Pouso Alegre, and I returned to São Paulo.
Ah, I get it. So let's start with the questions. Everybody has the questions on the chat. I'll start with the question number one. What is freedom of speech? What is it for you, Flavio?
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Speech in this case, it's related to I speak for a public or not?
I
Or
speak any topic, any subject. As for example, I will start for me. I will start to answer the question. For me, freedom of speech is when you can talk what you thought, your thoughts, but of course respect others. And what else? Freedom of speech is the possibility to explain your feelings, your thoughts, and don't be judged due to that. Did you understand, Fabio?
I understand. I stayed a little confused because I already saw the the word speech como palestra. Aí eu fiquei um pouco confuso. Aí depois eu até pesquisei aqui, é palestra mesmo. Tem palestra, né? Mas in this case is liberty of expression, né? Liberty of speech.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I like that freedom of speech. I agree with you. I think that you can think and do what what do you want. But I don't like that people that rise rise uh, a flag. I don't know if it's the same expression that is this, but uh, actually I agree with the people that rise a flag because some people don't respect the freedom of the speech. But I think that it can be natural. And I don't know because I have one brother that he rises a flag every day. Because you don't you can't stop the freedom of the thing. But for me, it's natural. I don't I respect the people. I don't like that talking to this so much, but I think it's necessary. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Nowadays, it's bit more stronger than in the past, because in the past we save our thoughts for us, as maintain with us, because it is it's deny us to talk what you think. But nowadays we have that freedom, but sometimes it's so much. It's so much
That's
because
it. That I was saying.
yeah, so much because in for example, there's moments that people uh, ultrapassam the freedom of speech. They are more selfish than it's more selfish than freedom of speech. Because, but yeah, that's it. And how about you, Rebecca?
Well, I think the freedom of speech is good because we can express what we think. It's not right to say, giving our opinion, but also we need to be careful and respect and for us don't be offensive, I think. And sometimes people confuse things. Freedom of speech, they they think that they can be offending others, saying that it's an opinion, but it's not an opinion that can be shared. But I think it's good that today we have a more we share what we think more than before, and we give the social medias also that we can share what we think about everything. And sometimes it's too much. I agree, it's too much personal about what happened in the world, about news, about our personal life. Every time people are sharing, I think it always include the freedom of speech. And it's cool, but also we need to be careful because there's too much things wrong into it that also crime of crime. Some speech people confuse freedom of speech with crimes. For example, racism. I don't know the word. I think racism. It's a crime in Brazil, and that's it. But yeah, it's good that today we have a more freedom of speech.
Yeah, I agree. sometimes people use the freedom of speech to talk bad things. Essentially, as I said, racism, xenophobia, or and so many other crimes that you said. And nowadays, you see people take care of the life of the other, essentially famous people. So for me, it's not freedom of speech. It's just people take care of business of the others. That's it. Let's move on to the question number 3, because the question number 2 is almost the same the first. Should there be some limits on what we are free to say? Should. Should, of course it should. Because as Rebecca said, people used to talk things that is not freedom of speech, is more privacy, or I don't know how to say it, pregar ódio around the internet, essentially, mainly. Yeah, I think that's it. What do you think, Rebecca?
Yeah, I think it's necessary a limit. The haters, for example, the bullying it's a kind of speech that's it's a mess online, especially online, and also here, and how can I say, in the real environment. It's not just the online environment. Bullying and this kind of crime that we talk. Yes, it's necessary limit, and seems that also it's a subject that we are talking more about on the news. We see news that the government, for example, discuss laws to how can I say, to not to blame, but to give some I don't know the word, to give some consequence, something like that, consequences to people that make things like that online, and prevent. They trying things in ways to prevent it, and with, for example, avoid creating things to avoid these speeches online. But right now we see that it's a mess, especially online, but also the class, in the work. Yeah, so I agree that's necessary a limit, and because if we don't put a limit, don't have any consequence, you say whatever you want, you don't have a consequence, it can lead in another problems. For example, these groups that they start and talk something, they start and with this kind of speech, this freedom, and then they really make something in an action. For example, these schools that we see with these killers there, I think it is about it, and avoid a bigger problem. That's the reason that it's necessary limit.
Yeah, and increase the depression, depression, because if you are judged on the internet for nothing, sometimes it's nothing, just because people don't like you because you have money or because you are beautiful, it's just dissemina ódio for nothing. And people it's people are there more depression or suicide, things like that, for due to the freedom of speech. And oh, and how about you? How you?
Okay.
Maybe he's
Not.
Okay, I don't know. Flavio, can you say something?
I believe that should there some limits on the social media, for example, because it's so boring when some people talk about politics in the social media. I think so boring because I think that uh, we can't convince. I know I don't know it's the right word, convencer. And I don't know if we can convince someone in the social media because this is boring. Some people that put many posts about it, and I think, and the fake news is it is uh, so boring too because lie about the life of and lie is always bad. That's it.
When you talk about politics, we see just people fight with each other due to politics. And nowadays, people don't wanna understand the other side. Just their side is the right side, and if it's someone think different, that they start to say that it's wrong, the person is crazy, and it's a mess. Nowadays, everything is a mess. For that, it is important some limits, and as Rebecca said, that it is important implement and consequences, not just pay for a tax due to what you said, but it is important to implement a consequence more drastic, something like that. That just pay is almost enough. Just pay and it's safe. You can continue say bad things. So that's it. The question number 4. Many countries censor websites to control what their citizens can and cannot see. Is this dangerous? The question number 4, it's dangerous because it's the same that, for example, when you have history classes, some teacher just say what they want that the students know. and sometimes it's not the truth. It's not truth. Just a thought that the teacher. That is the case. That this case. But if you, for example, censor websites and control the citizens, they will just put it in your mind what the politics they wanna say. They wanna no. The politics wanna put it just things is not the right. For example, let me pick an example. For example, na Russia, there's a censor, and the politics just talking about a subject that subject is right, and people there agree with that because they just know that truth, know the really truth, and creating people with a closed mind, not open the mind. They don't looking for different opinion. They just agree with and accept that. That's it. And how about you, Rebecca?
Oh, I think that
Yeah,
Rebecca,
maybe she's dropped. And how about you, Flavio?
I think so sad that some countries do it because I believe that some politicians or detectors want to control the thing that your people think. Oh, Deborah, with Rebecca returned. You are multi, Rebecca.
I had a problem here with the internet, I think.
I'll send you again the questions, just a minute.
I saw the, okay, thanks.
The questions.
Thanks.
We talking about the question number 4 about things or websites.
And before that, I started using TNT. I was using another app called Clubhouse, and this app is free. And in this app, we can talk with another students that live in another countries, how Syria, most of people in is India, and most of students are living in India and Syria and Pakistan, and when we start to talk about politics in this room, the the person don't can't talk about your opinion. And this happened. I used Cambly too. I don't know if you guys know Cambly. Cambly is a platform to talk with other people to other countries. And in this platform, I talked with the persons of the other countries, for example, Syria, and it's the same thing happened when we started talk about politics. They they didn't uh, actually they couldn't talk because they talked that they can't talk because your your politics don't permit this, and I think it's so sad because it's a way to control the life and the politics or detectors control the life of your people. And if the people that live in this country live it better than us or that other countries, I don't worry about it. But it's usually that the people that living in this countries that control websites and what they season can or cannot see. The people that live in countries live it very bad, very worse, and with for example, I talked with some people, some people that live in the Turkey or India, and they said to me that Brazil is a wonderful place to live because they they was in your houses and don't get out because it's much danger get out that your house because has many bombs. It's terrible. That's it. And what about you, Rebecca?
Well, it's the question number 4, right? I agree with the example that you guys gave. It's dangerous when a country make too much censor at the platforms. If we live in a democratic with all problems. Brazil is a democratic country, and if here in Brazil, they try to censor a platform, it needs to be a strong reason. For example, a platform that gather danger people, that allows the meeting of danger people. So it's a platform that allows crimes. Yes, in this case, we can understand when have some censor, but it needs to be um, a situation that we see a crime, a really crime, but around the world, the road, there's a lot of example as Russia that Deborah said, and we are seeing it on the news because the war, that they do not have the right to have the real information because the country makes this censor at the platforms. So I think the one of the biggest problem when a country do that is it's about information. You can have, you can know what is really happen in your own country or in the other countries. So it's a kind of a lie. It's a lie. It's strategic to to live in a lie because you can't know the truth, for example. So it's really dangerous. Is the censor at the platform.
Yeah. That is the problem control. What do you see that all information that you receive it's a problem, But here in Brazil, we have the fake news, and sometimes we have the access of the informations, but they don't say the truth. And we have that, we live in a box, the matrix, because we just agree that they said, the politicians or everybody that know more than us, because we don't looking for truth informations. So of course it's different when you have censor, but we have almost the same, because we don't have the truth news. Sometimes we don't know whose beliefs, you know. Let's move on to the question. Let me see. Let's move on to the question number 8. We talk and discuss about it little moments ago, but let's talk again. Does the internet open up the possibilities of totally free speech and freedom of expression? What do you think, Rebecca?
Yeah, and the internet really help, we really increase it, but to our speech to be 1% of free, if it is a freedom in our speech, is another question, because I think depends where the person is, because if you are online in your social media, for example, it's your name, we tend to be more careful because our name is there. So, but when someone is anonymous, for example, I forgot the name, that fake profile. So usually the speech is one more honest what the person thinks, but again, what the person thinks is a kind of freedom, but can be that kind of speech that can't respect offensive. It's a kind of freedom. I think this fake profile, people say what they really think, but usually it's wrong things. It's the reason to use the fake profile. But of course, on the internet, we have, I think it's the place, the environment that people are more comfortable to share the opinions. But what I realize, it depends of the place that we are. For example, if you are LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, our expression will be different. It's different to you in Instagram or in LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn, you are more careful because it's a professional environment and this stuff. So I think the freedom, we have the freedom, but we also are conscious about the consequence, about so all of it influence in the way that we are expressing our thoughts. Avoid say what is not cool, or again say what we think, but in fake profile, for example, some people don't have the consent of things and share there and have some consequence. Also, are famous people, we see that they have consequence. Yes, internet we have a freedom of speech, but with all these problems around us.
Yeah. You said in LinkedIn we talk we talk, we talk. I don't think in LinkedIn we talk because there's a professional environment, and there we just talk things that other people as business employers would like it to hear, to
Yes.
see. For that, I don't like LinkedIn.
I don't like to. I don't have anymore, but I will need to have again. But I don't like LinkedIn.
I don't like it. I use just because I'm looking for a job,
A
but
job.
I see all posts there, and people just talking saying things that it's done text. I don't know, it's the right expression, textos prontos. For example, they just put, if there people are more coach. I hate coach. I hate coach. And I think Twitter, people say that they really wanna talk. God, they put it everything there, all the all their lives there. Instagram, they put it just thing that they put it a lie happy. They lie so much. So of course, there's the free speech. We can spread lies in every platform, essentially LinkedIn, because we wanna get a job, and so for that we spread lies there. Not spread fake news, but lies about us sometimes. And Instagram is the same. But of course, the internet up the possibility to express more. And as I said, famous people sometimes don't talking that they really talk because the haters, the society, and it's not just their haters, but all society. Because if you, for example, if I'm a racist, for example, and I'm a famous person, I said something, I do a racist, and all people came come me and put hate and try it I forgot in Portuguese. Processar me for that, and it's a mess. But when you see a person who's it's anonymous, fake profile, they do some racism and bullying, and sometimes pass ileso just because the people don't see it so much. So I agree with that, and for that, and the opportunity to stay height, you know, they say bad things on the internet. So for me, that is the freedom of expression, but they spread hate and spread lies, fake news, just because they have that protection of the screen and the anonymous. Yes. And how about you, Flavio?
I believe that internet doesn't open up the possibilities of totally free speech. How I said before, I already had contact, have, and in these meetings, the persons don't speak what they think, and they they feel fear that your government uh, your government punish them, and it's sad because in this country when the censor is uh, is common, the government control the internet, and the the person don't uh, speak uh, free in the meeting. I I talk I talk with some persons that simply don't speak when talks about some subject that is related with political. The person when for example, we are talking about some subject here, and is the turn of the person says, I can't say about it because in my country we can say. It's sad. It's
What Flavio?
can you proceed?
No,
You
no,
can.
you.
No, you can proceed.
No, because you were talking and I remember something. We have the freedom speech, but most of time we feel, how can I say, let's, um, when you don't have courage to say something, and sometimes we don't feel courage to say something because we don't want to bother, to be impolite. For example, politicians, sometimes we avoid the subject. Even online, we avoid because we want to be good with everyone. I think it's a situation that I remember now that Flavio was talking about the meetings.
But the situation that I said, I was talking with people that other countries, how Syria, Pakistan, and these countries, and because this app that I used to to talk has many people in these countries.
Um, and you said about they don't wanna politicians don't wanna agradar everybody because they need it, and because they receive the money if they are elected, and for that they don't said the truth all the time, of course. Famous people is the same, is almost the same because there's a sponsor that just wanna gain money with the lie. Sometimes lie, but sometimes it's the truth. The sponsor, and if they pay for that person say about the product or say about a topic, a subject, the famous, the influencer, of course, it's the most used to do it. So for that, they don't have the freedom of speech, really. They expressing all thoughts, because they receive money to lie in that case. And for that, most people don't receive the really truth, the real, you know, and they pay for things tough that is good because that influencer said it's good, and they start to agree that it's good and say it for others, and start everybody agree that that lie is true. I don't know if you understand, but it's something like that. They don't, sometimes they don't have the freedom of speech because they receive money, but sometimes they just don't wanna say the truth because most people don't wanna hear or see that that truth, you know. Sometimes people just wanna see that they wanna see, don't the truth. That's it. Guys, time is over. It was a pleasure to be here with you today. I'll see. I'll send you guys a link in just a minute. The link you can give me the feedback about everything, about the topic, about me, and about a new subject that you wanna talk. For example, in the next meeting, I wanna talk about travel. So for that, if you wanna talk some subject, please put it on this link. So bye-bye. I'll see you in the next week in the same time.
Bye-bye. Have a
Guys,
nice
it was a
weekend.
pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. Bye-bye.
It's a pleasure to meet.